So the very first question comes from Emily. Emily, I love this question. This is such a great question. Thank you for asking. She says, legumes, including peanuts, why do they get such a bad rap in modern day diets like paleo Whole30? Is it just carbs and calories, or is there more to it? Now, I suspect she knew the answer, that there's more to it. There's always more to it than calories in my book, because calories are a scientific fact, kind of, but there's so much more to results than calories, and we don't all need to be counting calories. Quality is way, way, way more important. So, same thing applies with beans and legumes, like you asked Emily. So, if you ask me any health question, there's a pretty good chance that I'll say water, vegetables, or inflammation as an answer. And in this case, the answer is the latter. It's inflammation. The reason why beans in particular and legumes are considered unhealthy is because they're causing inflammation and they're depleting your absorption of nutrients of other things. So I'm going to break this down for you. Really easy, because we know, didn't you sing that as a child? Beans, beans, the musical fruit. The more you eat them, the more you toot, right? Beans cause digestive problems for a lot of people. And there are several reasons for this. Primarily because we don't rinse our beans. If we're getting canned beans, they have something called the saponins on there, which is basically like a component of soap. That's what bubbles. So if you're not rinsing your beans, you're definitely going to get some digestive discomfort. And they also are high in FODMAPs, which is something that a lot of people don't digest very well. So we already know, without even getting into this whole paleo debate, that some people don't digest beans very well. And when we're not digesting them, we're getting inflamed. We're getting that inflammation, that bloating, that gassy, bad feeling, right? But there's another reason, which I alluded to, which is that they inhibit nutrient absorption from some of the other foods that we're eating. And here's where the paleo diet and Whole30 really get specific on this. There are two components. Oh, someone gave me a thumbs up. Thank you. There are two components in beans and in all legumes that paleo enthusiasts say these are inhibiting our health instead of contributing to our health. The first one of these is called phytic acid. Phytic acid is actually in a lot of vegetables, in nuts, in beans, but particularly heavy concentration in beans. And humans can't digest phytic acid at all. So what this does, when we eat phytic acid, it impairs our nutrient absorption, so iron, zinc, and some other minerals. If we have phytic acid when we're eating iron, zinc, whatever, we just can't absorb those nutrients. So they just pass right through us. We're not getting the benefit of those minerals, iron and zinc. And it also interferes with your digestive enzymes. So we all have tons of digestive enzymes going on in our stomach and our intestines and our whole digestive system, and this helps us digest our food. But with phytic acid, sometimes we can't, our digestive enzymes don't work as well. So the point is, we're not getting the nutrients from all of the stuff that we're eating when we eat beans. The other one is called lectins, which again, in a lot of food, cooking and soaking your beans will neutralize a lot of the lectins. So if you're really worried about this, cook and soak your beans. Now, here's the bottom line. This is all true. Everything I said was just true. That's good news, right? I'm glad I'm not telling lies to you. So the phytic acid, the lectins, the FODMAPs, all this stuff is true. But there's no reason in my mind to say, oh, a little bit of phytic acid, that means we can't have any beans. I think that's too restrictive. Beans for a lot of people are a really good source of good healthy carbohydrates, good quality protein, good fiber, lots of good nutrients, things like that. So I would encourage you to figure out how many beans, what quantity of beans you tolerate. And people really can tell a difference. So I have had several clients who mainly are vegetarian and vegan. They're eating beans several times a day. And then I encourage them to cut back on that, maybe eat them several times per week instead of several times per day. And they feel so much better, not just in terms of digestion, but in terms of energy levels, things like that. And that's a good sign for you that you were overdoing it on the beans. But I just had beans on my salad today. I think beans in small quantities, as long as you're not overdoing it, as long as you feel okay, are totally fine. The nutrient reduction or the absorption reduction that you're getting with the phytic acid and the lectins, if you're eating enough vegetables, as I know you are, Emily, you will be totally fine.